Game 2, guys. Very impressive game by Loud. Honestly, kind of underwhelming game by TES, even though they kind of basically had to mechanically outfight their opponents, and that was basically it. Still same bans. They banned the Senna actually this time. They got rid of the... Shit, what was... It was Jax? It was not Talia. It was something else. So they banned Talia. Honestly, his Talia was pretty lit. I'm not gonna lie, his Talia was actually rather good. We're back with the Varus. There's Nautilus up. Honestly, his Nautilus was pretty damn good. I'd be pretty tempted on it, but if they do Kalista Renata, it's a very fair trade. Is there an OP pick that they can take here? Honestly, is there anything even from game 1 like that you feel like you just have to like bring back? Probably not. Is there a mid pick that you feel like is just Thanos that needs to be picked here now? Probably not. Azir, I mean, like, Azir was fine. It wasn't like the be all end all. Ooh, man, they have an Acel for that. Okay, because they're locked into Renata no matter what at the 3. And I feel like you might as well just pick it. Like, you're gonna take it anyways. Like, I guess the only exclusion is the fact they haven't taken Nautilus yet, and so what would they change? Like, if they don't take Nautilus, what are they gonna take? They're gonna take like maybe Nico. Maybe that's the main worry. Or if they take Renata themselves, then you go Kalista Nico. Okay, never mind. I see it. I get why they might do it. Because, like, if they did take Renata away, like, yeah, you do have Nico, and that's pretty good. Olaf. Also, I think I said in the other review that, like, oh, Rumble, it's not like 369 really has a big role. I gotta also say, like, it's Maiko's Rumble. And that's what they're more worried about. Olaf ban. Asante. Lee Sin again. Oh, they banned Lee Sin this time. Interesting. Renekton. Xin Zhao. I mean, their comp looks pretty normal. Like, TES, like, it's a pretty normal, straightforward comp. I gotta say, the Acel's really good this game. And they get a Poppy in the later stage, plus they still have Nautilus, and they finish this out with what? He has the blind. But you're blinding, and it's 369, so there's really no worry of there being, like, an ultra, like, terrible champion you have to play against. Cassante is the best blind. Like, Cassante and, like, Renekton are pretty much the most ideal blinds. At this point, he could play... He can just play some tank if he really wants to. Technically, they have enough DPS. What does he want to play? As a straight blind. Also, people would like pick Rek'Sai as a blind here, but obviously it's not good anymore in top lane. Zac would be wild. Just blinding Zac. It's pretty old, but honestly, he could blind Udyr. As funny as it is, it's actually not the worst kind of game for that champion. But I doubt that's going to be the route. Oh, he is going to blind the Zac. Okay, because I was thinking to myself, like, what is, like, meta that people would actually be interested in doing? And so at this point, with these champions, like... Yeah, you don't have a true tank or anything like that, and they have a lot of tanks. Technically, Aatrox with his Bruiser build does pretty well into this, but if they want to take a tank themselves, it's also fine. Like, in theory, they could take Gragas into this, and that's not half bad. They just need to make sure they have champs that actually cancel Acel. Born is, like, just a meat shield. Not sure that's, like, actually my... I don't think that's necessarily my favorite pick. That champion definitely does not win against Zac. I know that. So they early warded topside just to see if they're going to be prone to an invade, especially a late invade in case it's like, you know, like you're. They lose the red. Oh, that's cute. Wait, that's super cute. Well, that's really bad. So, all I can say is, in this, like, attempt to do a lane swap, I think the Zac doing this is... It's interesting, but the problem with what they're doing is that they're doing a blind invade. Right, so this is a blind invade. They put 2 wards on bot side, they put 2 wards on top side. It's a blind invade, and you don't go right away. So, like, if the Poppy ran to the Raptors, this actually would be semi-interesting with Nautilus, and so if you take the Raptors and then push into the Xin Zhao, this actually becomes, like, a little spooky for TES. But the fact that they're doing it this way, it's like, okay, I got the Raptors, I got my blue, but they took 2 camps, and then it's like, okay, now Croc has to deal with them walking into him, and... What do you do? Like, you're Zac SZ, what do you do? Your Nautilus is not even here. Like, your Nautilus is literally not even here. And now you have nothing to do topside. And yeah, the Ornn has to flash, but like, now the Xin Zhao has full access to your bot camps, and you're getting less plates on topside versus on bot side, so... I gotta say, overall, this is just a huge net loss for Loud. The upside is that they are definitely putting Cream down, but like I said, like it's not the greatest situation to be in. Yeah, I mean, now this guy gets... Ooh, okay, so they have to TP. Right, because they have TP. I was gonna say, I was like, this guy's just gonna get dope next. Like, this is not good. Grubs are coming up in 30 seconds. But these guys are way stronger on top side. They don't have flash. I guess that's an upside. Yeah. I was gonna say, it's definitely not like TES's duo was actually way stronger in this situation. And Croc is trying to like fight this guy off the entire time.
Croc now trying to back away as Tien knows he's favored in the 1v1, and bot lane not really going to be able to show up for this play. Mako though blinking health bar. Cream ready to rotate.
Oh, that was actually not half bad by Croc. It was a good Q or a good R. Not bad. Honestly, not a bad like situation of a fight. The Zac is getting kind of screwed in the lane. Tien. So once this guy gets out, oh, does he get hit? Oh my god, he gets hit by the... That's so funny. He literally gets hit by the Varus R. That's too funny. This is definitely a messier game, like, overall, but Route is 3-0. So he's in, like, a super good spot. That was good. He got that done. Their bot lane is pushing out the wave. The dragon's on the table. Ooh. That was close. But not enough mana. Not bad, Bert. It's not bad, Bert. Shit. So based on what's happening
We're
here,
in a situation where TES are slowly but surely building a gold lead. 17 CS advantage. And remember that 369 actually sacrificed a decent amount of CS to roam top ahead of schedule. Is nice bit of ulti there, but there's the hostile takeover.
man, it's just unfortunate. So for how this game is going, like, because I'm not commenting as much on what's happening a little bit for now, and it's mostly just because the flow of the game is really just based on like some of these quick picks, like quick ambush plays. And so if you notice, like, obviously, you know, both teams are playing pretty aggressively around their dual lane, naturally, as like Zach or like really don't give a shit about that. Like them clearing the wards here, great. It gives them a lot of control. There's the Ace is not doing as well as it should independently, even though like Cream multiple times got pressed, so Cream is doing a rather good job at like handling the pressure placed onto him. And once this guy pops out, it's like this is definitely a good fight for TES just because Azir has first move. So, and you can never get a quick kill for the most part in this situation because if Xin Zhao has R and Renata has W, and also Kalista, well, Kalista doesn't have R, right? Because they got rid of it, but you're down Nautilus R. It's not really a good fight by Cloud in the first place. Like, yeah, I guess if Croc like actually gets a good R off, like if he R's Jackie Love, maybe this is actually a little bit better, but still, like, Azir's on his way. It's like similar to game 1 when Loud had a fight in the bot river where Tin Owns had first move. Like, it's just naturally good for you to start the fight. Like, that one is pretty rough. Especially because Kalista pulled out 2. And Cream's... Oh, man, Redbird's hooks are, like, fucking good.
Just barely hitting, but Cream now dashing to the side. Ulti gonna go and he has to flash away to safety. Redbird, Hex Flash. To hit a creep, definitely. Timing on that. Pretty generous. Redbird, Hex Flash in, the pushback. Just barely hitting, but Creep. Timing on that.
I don't think he has another soldier yet. So that's why he had to do it this way. He got a lot of hooks. He's hitting a lot of hooks, man. Now this is gonna get really rough real quick. So Zach is in a big, like, rough spot, right? They force out Azir and they kill Azir. Acel still needs the base, but he has TP. Not the worst, right? Horn's up here, kind of mess with him a little bit. They start their TP, like, Varus pushed out bot. I wonder if he's anticipating that Kalista is gonna go back bot again. As he starts dipping and starts heading towards Grubs. But in theory, he could be... no, he can't really hit bot necessarily, because, like, does he know that there's wards down here? Like, once they take this, and they push this out... There is always a chance that they could be hiding there, technically. And they always could go back bot, but the natural thing to expect is Azir's gonna TP bot. That's like your expectation, Azir will TP bot. So he probably should dip off that situation, which is correct by him. And yeah, I mean, like, Croc is just in a weird spot, topside. Oh, Orn joins bot, interesting. And so Azir went topside. And Rebel just does the same play he's been doing, but kind of turns out a little iffy this time. And then so Acel, because Acel already TP bot, he has to run all the way topside. This guy is dead. This is just a 3v play and they know what's happening. Really good accuracy by Route. You know what? He did really well in this situation. And then at this point, ideally, it'd be better for Croc to never go on this guy and just give up the play. They're just abandoning Route. Like, Route is doing literally everything right here. Like, really good Q too. And what he could do, actually, honestly, at this point, is he probably just has to flash over and commit. And maybe it's actually correct for... Maybe this is actually the better play. I think he has to actually flash over heal a full commit onto this, and they actually might be able to get kills. This is very, very risky because it's a 4v3, right? And they have Renata, I mean, they have both these like abilities, which is really rough. And he has flash if he really needs to use flash to kind of interrupt. So it's a pretty risky play, but it actually could have worked. It just, again, if you fine tune the micro, like you still might lose. And also Robo's like wilding. I mean, I appreciate what he's doing. Like, you know, he has his dudes like coming up for this play as well, and at least like Loud is like progressing too. But it's just, oof. Oof. It would be nice if he could get some farm. It really would be. Oh, also there's something to consider that if Route does flash over, he might get Renata banged, like from the Kalista, and he gets stalled out and then Xin Zhao's on his ass anyways. So yeah, generally it's just not a great situation. Okay, so 369 is looking on mid. He's on Crab. They're first on the mid wave. The Zac sees him. The Zac is actually already moving too, and he sees the Zac by him, and the Zac can actually almost cancel him. I guess their idea is the fact that their Kalista is right here, but also you don't want to use Kalista R to reach him. Like, not really, like especially because you don't have full information. So he kind of just wastes the Ornar. Then he gets hooked. Low key. Once he gets hooked, if the Poppy is like doesn't use his W and actually is a little bit like takes this a little bit slower, like Croc takes this a little bit slower, 369's in a worse spot. Doesn't get his Q bang.
Lays down, isolates them away, keeps them away from that vortex. Croc now trying to retreat as best as he can. Neither side able to find a kill.
Not the worst, honestly. I don't know what 369 was doing, but not the worst. But they can't get the dragon, which is rough. We love the and this is where getting top esports being able to control sideways through green, overtaking only to boss. You guarantee that they plays well, even though he loses on bars, he's just taking a little too far behind. Jackie will special make check as well. It's very hard to step up as the 2v2 into this matchup, so you kind of have to 7 seconds. Green, just kind of your ultimate for a push back there, it's a little bit late, ultimate's not connect at all. It's just not going to be back where the 369 just the play, keep going, keep going, again. Full damage there, now barreling down to the bottom of that line to get the hell out of TES away, and it looks like because the turtle beds in down, how back away. So the way Loud approaches the map is a little bit different from other teams. So they have their TPs, right? And you know, the Zers is kind of free farming against Zac. The Zer also at this point, like his lanes, like his jungler spacing, his Ornn is just starting the top wave, his dual lane is late to mid wave. Like this is technically not his wave to fight. So it's actually a good read by Loud. Be like, by the way, this guy is like definitely cannot do this. And so they initiate, and does he get the initial Q? Oh, he missed! It's very hard to step up as the 2v2 into this matchup, so you kind of have to... Oh, that's so unlucky. He missed. If he actually gets hit by the Q in an Ard, this looks so much worse for him. Coming in for Robo. Push back there, but it's a little bit late. Ulti does not connect at all. And Tinnones is now going to be coming in for Robo. Push back there, and he, man, Cream just barely got out of that situation. And then TES naturally has to move down because they want to answer this play, but at the same time, once they're out, like, notice like Xin is going straight to bot. If I'm Xin, I'm going straight to mid. Like, whatever happens bot happens, and they could easily overforce mid, and nothing bad probably would happen to bot at this point. Once he sees like a Zer's out like this, it's probably fine. Like they're just gonna run, they're gonna do their best to run. If he gets caught a little bit, it's still not the end of the world, but you would have smashed mid up. Instead they kind of come down here, and now he's trying to force. Yeah, he gets the like the ASOL flash, but now you also dropped mid wave, so all in all, nothing too horrible happened. Like the 0 TP's top because now they want to rebalance the waves, and this is problematic. This part is a little rough, right? Like they're able to like kind of get control of your top side a little bit more. But again, you know, they didn't get mid wave right away, and now you're dropping bot wave, and this guy gets the bot turret anyway, so they kind of, I don't know, for me, for the way TES had played this, I feel like if they trusted that they were safe bot side after the play, they would have taken so much more off the map. Or at least they would have advanced the map a lot faster by cleaning out through bot. Like, yeah, it does like force like Loud to reset and like readjust. Like if we go back to this situation here, like they already would have pushed this wave and then moving in this way. This guy would have taken over and he would have based and TP'd here still, and they would have been in this situation so much faster. And then they can't even really contest this that much. And they, like I said, they'd be like 1 or like 2 waves faster on their plays. And this would have been so suffocating. It's a good idea by them. They just, like, again, the micro side, like, it just wasn't, like, clean enough. And the end result is just, yeah, like, you gotta eat shit a little bit. Croc kind of just baited them. Alright, so that was interesting because everything kind of recovered at this point. Like they, like in the end, like they smashed mid turret T2, but like that's not the end of the world. And Nolens has 3 wards, so he's gonna place some wards here. It's probably gonna get swept. It is what it is. But then Croc is like in a bad spot and it baits Burt and it kills both of them. They lose the Baron.
4v5, and it's with that big ultimate that you were highlighting, Dracos.
Ready to make the skies descend, but can they stop the Baron? Excellent pushback from Cream to deny the initial engage. Mako getting so damn low.
It's a really good ulti.
The ulti under 3 in the pit. Tinones, this is your time to shine because the objective is already gone. You need to find these.
Oh, he got one. No! No, that's so depressing. Look, if he canceled his W here, I don't know if it like lets him sit back onto the wall, but it actually would have been so good. And then obviously it would be really nice if he saved his E, because if he can walk past the Ornn, which I'm pretty sure he can, and he presses R and E on top of everyone, Tin owns his 1v5. And then for Varus, I don't know why Varus moved this way. This was bad. If Varus keeps on this side and actually pumps, holy shit. This actually is doable for them to stop. It really is. It just requires Route and Tin owns to play it a little bit better. Oh man, like I don't know why he moves into the Ornn. If he keeps on this side, especially with wall already down, with the R going, and he aggressively flashes, holy shit. This actually is winnable. That's crazy.
Trying to zone them back. Wave getting cleared. Extra stacks. Croc gonna go for the knockback. Gonna connect onto 1. 369 waiting off to the side. The Tornal could be big. Looking to lock up Root. Not quite gonna connect on the Aurelion Soul Hostile takeover isn't gonna hit, but it frankly does not matter. Redbird.
It is what it is. What are you gonna do?
Just trying to zone them back. Wave getting cleared. Extra stacks. Croc gonna go for the knockback. Gonna connect onto 1. 369 waiting off to the
That's not even Route's fault, is it? Like, literally, Croc is like in no man's land, so they feel like they have to go in, but also they kind of lose track of 369. And it's like, it is what it is. That's all she wrote? That's it? I don't know if I really have to see the rest. That's it. Interesting. MVP. MVP for this game, I'm almost certain it's Cream. because this guy took a lot of pressure in the game, survived a lot of moments. Honestly, it actually might be Bert second. I feel like this guy, again, found a lot of good plays. This one was actually probably more like 80-20 on his plays. But he found a lot of good plays in this match overall. Then Jackie Love. Probably Jackie Love. And I mean, this is rough because I feel like Jackie Love actually could also be first. It's just like he wasn't really under. Jackie Love wasn't really under any pressure. Like the game was like pretty simple for him to follow through and do his thing. Whereas Cream actually had to really be focused up and like deal with situations. And Bert was definitely on top of shit. So it's probably something like this. Honestly, again, if Croc played better, if Croc played better, this actually looks like a better game overall. For sure, it's Jackie Love as MVP. I mean, that's pretty obvious at this point. You know, it could easily be Maiko, maybe. Bert is literally up here. I think it was the worst game for Robo. Route could have played better in this. Even though he did fine, he could have played better. But honestly, Bert might be third, which is funny. But that was it. That was actually not a half bad series. That was very entertaining to watch. So thanks for watching, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. And until next time for more MSI content.